Hey guys, Kamina the coach here. Oh, so, um, I told you in the last video I've started a new job and I am doing training via Zoom for this new job. So basically, this is just a rant. Um, so for those of you who have been following me for the education or how to work and live abroad, we've kind of moved the channel away from that, moved more towards adoption and adoptee related issues because it's number one, it's very needed, especially from a African American woman. It's very needed, and two, it's kind of become all consuming in my life right now. So why not talk about it? So my hair is pulled up because I'm not ready to start using the ACs during the daytime. It's hot. And my hair has gotten really long. So I know viewers like to see it down, but it's my fan blowing on me. This is me. Take it or leave it. um, so we're on this Zoom video call, and people feel free to just talk about all their business, and that's been fine for the most part. I just don't say anything and let them spill all their guts. And today, a woman was, excuse me, a woman was talking about the fact that she has uh, some kind of illness that may prevent her from having children. And so she thinks she'll just adopt. So the whole class starts discussing how wonderful they think adoption is. All not adoption informed. One guy apparently took part in giving up some kids for adoption. Totally not the same thing. I always revisit the fact that, when puppies or cats have babies, they stay with their mothers at least 6 weeks, but somehow humans feel like it's okay to rip a newborn baby, who's a much more complex animal, away from its mother. And why they believe, or why they wouldn't believe, that this might cause a substantial amount of trauma that it is mandatory to be addressed. While there are some people who love adoption and love the fact that they were adopted, um, I'm going to step out on a limb and say that even those people have a wound that they're not aware of. This kind of trauma is pre-verbal trauma. That people that were delivered using forceps, people who had violent deliveries, had cords wrapped around their necks and this kind of stuff, have trauma. So to have been taken away from your birth mother, from your first mother at birth, is trauma in of itself, even if you don't remember it. It's pre-verbal trauma, and will create trauma in some form or fashion in your life. And that's just all there is to it. It disturbed me so much. I've been able to bite my tongue for a lot of stuff. It disturbed me to the point where I had to say something. I was like, they're like, oh, it's adoption is just so wonderful. I was like, I am an adoptee and I beg to differ. I was like, and this is a very uncomfortable topic for me. And the trainer came in and stopped it and shut it down. I had to take an extra break because I was shaking. My palms were sweaty. I had to call my adoptee friend just to hear her voice. I had to send my partner a message to get him to send me some love, because it really, really, for those who aren't adoption informed, maybe something similar to people saying like, slavery wasn't that bad, look at all it accomplished. Yes, I equate it to people saying stuff like that. And I really hope and pray for a day when the community at large, when the public at large, will be more aware of how detrimental it is to the innocent parties in adoption, and stop speaking about it like it's some heroic event, and stop giving all these people capes. um, because we're serving you. And it's like we don't have a choice but to serve you when you give yourself this type of cape. I just need to talk it out. I needed to get it out. It really, really hurt me. Really, really disturbed me. And I have a feeling it's going to last for a little bit. I still feel my heart rate has calmed down, and my hands aren't shaking anymore, I don't think. But it's still disturbing. I'm proud of myself that I was able to speak up. And I'm proud of myself that I didn't launch into it because I know that they weren't going to listen. Yeah. So I talked to another cousin today that I matched with on Ancestry. And I feel bad because I couldn't help him make the connection. I'm pretty sure we're matched on his father's side, but you know, a lot of even when you're raised in your birth family, there's a lot of unknowing. Even people who were raised with their birth family. So I am praying I didn't dig up some unrest for him, and I didn't make his life any more uncomfortable. But he's a fabulous guy, and I'm glad to share DNA with him. I'm gonna get to talk to my father's brother tonight. He is the oldest sibling, so one of the oldest people in our family that is left alive. So I'm really looking forward to that. So for those of you who know me, if you've watched my channel at all, I think that most people say, oh, you know, she's well adjusted, she seems normal, seems strong. I don't hide or hold back emotion because I just, number one, I want adoptees to understand that they're not alone in how all the feelings that you're feeling, you're not alone. And I want the rest of you to see that it's, even though all the adoptees that you may know in your life seem very well adjusted and together, probably about 98.9% of us are hurting and struggling. A hurt and struggle that you will never know. So the same way I say with race, lean in, ask, don't assume. Don't assume the mainstream opinion. There is a lot of pain and grief associated with being adopted. There is a lot of pain and grief for me finding a headstone at the end of my search for my father, even though I was mentally and emotionally prepared for it. There is a lot of grief associated with that. But I'm excited to talk to his brother nonetheless. I'm really thankful that his sister and her children have welcomed me. I'll return to one of my former mantras. Reunion is not for the faint of heart. It's not a fairy tale story for everyone. So do your work. There is not a miracle pill to wave a wand and say that all the pain and all of the things that trigger you are just going to go away and you're just going to be able to control it all. I've been working at healing trauma and, you know, being healthy and whole for almost 20 years, at least 15. And it's a lot of work, and it continues to be work. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable enough to do a course because I feel like that's giving false hope. I don't want to give anybody false hope. Some people are lucky enough and blessed to have an awakening and wake up and their lives are changed. The rest of us, we just have to work at it. And it's hard work. So always worth it. It's totally worth it. It's hard work though. So anyways, Community Coach, I would love and appreciate you to send me all of your love, light, peace, and joy right now because I desperately need it. Sending you all love, light, peace, and joy. Until next time, I'm Community Coach and I'm out.